So Jennifer, what you just mentioned about cameras in the courtroom, that's been one of the big things that I've been advocating for as well. And it was interesting because yesterday I was watching something on the YouTube, and I saw that not only was the hearing being conducted on YouTube, but there were some other hearings that were actually archived on this judge's channel. So to me, when I saw, wait a minute, this judge is also archiving hearings on the channel, I had a sense of confidence in a sense that maybe shenanigans are not going on there. Maybe injustice is not taking place. Because if injustice were taking place, you'd want to hide that stuff. But when you keep the public from being able to monitor their courts, and when you take down the videos just like that so that nobody can see them, or when you're threatened that if you record this video, this hearing, you can be found in contempt of court. I think what that does immediately, it puts you in an adversarial relationship, and it makes you that you can't trust the judge himself or herself, because transparency would say, let it play out before everybody. That way there's some type of an accountability. I would love to see every hearing broadcast publicly, except if it's not necessary, because the public does pay for our courts. We pay for the cameras. The equipment is already installed. It's very easy to broadcast this.
Well, we will disagree a little bit on that.
Okay.
You know, the reason why I say that is I have been in court. I've had a divorce. And no one came to my divorce, and I wouldn't expect them to. But now that everyone is seeing me, they could very well go back and pull my divorce. And I just don't think it's anyone's business. If it wasn't important enough for you to go and to my hearing and listen to it, I don't think it's your business to pull it later. That's why I don't think they should be public. However, if there were an issue, as I have seen over and over in these courts, I mean, I was invited to a court not too long ago, and the way the judge was talking with the plaintiff and defendant versus the way he talked when he got on the record was just unbelievably different. In those cases, I think that they need to be able to get those recordings. It's so important to show what is actually happening when you have a judge like that. So I don't think that they just automatically need to be put out there. I think it's case by case. And I think that the person who is having the hearing is who needs to be able to get that and publish it if it needs to be published.
So right now, currently, when you go into a courtroom, you cannot have any type of an audio or video recording of it. And you have to pay a lot of money for a transcript. So as far as the cameras in the courtroom, is what you're saying is, if I understand you correctly, that if you could request the hearing, you could actually compare the transcripts with what took place. You could also show the nonverbal communication that takes place too, because a lot of times the judge will say something, the transcript will say something, and you don't see the anger or the threat either in the eyes of the attorney or the judge himself or herself. With regard to whether they're public or not all the time, that's an issue I think we can come to some type of we could have a discussion and maybe come to some type of a better solution about. But the idea is that we have cameras in the courts right now, and we should be able to access them. And say, for example, if you're going through a divorce and you would say, listen, I would like my friends to watch this because I feel I'm going to be taken advantage of, that should immediately, in my opinion, be heard, because I cannot go from Dallas to, say, Houston to watch a friend, but a friend may still say, Jeff, could you please watch this because I think that things going to happen. What are your thoughts about that?
I'm totally fine with that. I'm not disputing that at all because the party is asking for the hearing to be shown. That's totally different.
Okay.